So hello everyone, Monday we get my review of Juuni Taisen episode 4. I found it a pretty good episode, but I will say this was the weakest episode of this season so far. I don't think it was bad. I'm saying like, oh, this one. No, but I feel that comparable to early episode, this one is the weaker. And I was seeing this, I was watching it, I rewatched a bit. I'm thinking, why do I feel it's the weaker? Is it because I don't like Monkey? I actually like Monkey. I think she was one of the better characters. But I think that her backstory, it is just exactly what you expect. I think that's the thing, yeah. Because Juuni Taisen is a very kind of weird, goodly weird anime, right? It's like, what was this character died? Oh, this backstory's horrible, yeah. Like you the first episode, right? You follow this thing, and she's like, oh, I took my sister's boyfriend and made her commit suicide. It's like, that's just crazy, right? Then we see like Chicken last week, like, oh, bombs! Like, they have some really crazy characters, right? And you just felt like you're watching this monkey thing, and you sit there and don't expect her to be evil. It's better to do something, I would say. Something that would kind of break the pattern of what her story was, because all the characters are, they are breaking kind of what you think they are first, right? But she just kept it, She was just like, nope, I'm positive. I'm sad, sure. That's breaking a little bit. Of course, she's really sad about the stuff happening in the world and so on, and she failed. And I guess her failing, so to speak, she didn't really fail herself, but the people, I guess, she kind of helped. And we saw Border, of course, so that's a very good detail there. That Bora appeared and having aided the army attacking the rebels. That's a great detail, by the way. So I mean, it wasn't all, flowers and, yeah, like that thing. So it was a good episode, but I still felt that I just kind of hoped it would break some kind of, back kind of story, to kind of twist, I guess, yeah. Some kind of twist, M. Night Shyamalan level. No, but something like that. And I felt that episode, it had like just zero twist, right? Because I don't think it was a twist that she failed. I don't think that was a twist at all, actually, because she kind of said earlier, before we went into the flashback, that yeah, of course I know that people die and so on, and I see it many times, and then we see the thing, and then it failed. But I don't think that's a twist. Maybe I'm pessimistic, but I just felt that when I was watching it, I was like, this is just such a forced piece here. I don't think this will last for like a day or something. And it didn't last. Like, I didn't believe in it to begin with at all. So I don't think the twist was so obvious. So that was not twist for me. That was more like, this is how a negotiation of war is, pretty much. Yeah. So yeah, and then she just had a typical, I'm just super positive, I'm gonna fight on. And it felt that I do think that episode kind of dragged on a bit. Yeah, like the whole flashback was just this episode, right? And until the end. So I felt the episode was a little slow to the bad pacing. But I don't think it was bad. I don't think comparable. Episode 3 was much better. Episode 3 was much better. I would probably grade episode 3 as like a 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10. I really loved episode 3. And I would say episode 8 were like 7 out of 10. Yeah, like it's okay. Like it's okay, but not on the level of Chicken Shan's backstory. So coming to that then, I think it's very clear though that the Necromancer, he has of course taken Chicken Shan's body, right? He has found her body somewhere after Ox killed her and resurrected her. That makes sense, like, yeah, why not? And so when she was defeating Boar's zombie body, Boar could still use her no real ability, which is how that would make it. Yeah, she had inf ammo ability. Whatever, she had an ability still as an undead, right? So I don't want to see Chicken-chan, which obviously is the best character so far. I don't want to see her as an undead. She's super cute. I don't see her as an undead, but I guess we will have to see her as an undead, right? And because I think that makes complete sense to me. Is that he will take her body, right? And then she can still control crows, right, or birds, because like zombie crow, because she's a zombie. So why not? So that makes a lot more sense. That he would like resurrect the birch kill, but I could see it happening too, though. I could see that being a thing as well. I suppose that he would just resurrect the bird that she sent on board. She was a zombie there, and then he would go over there and just like get all those like 80 birds or whatever she lost. That could also be it, but I think it's not much reasonable he would. I mean, that could be it, right? But I would say if he's smart, he would go and get the body. So he can get inf birds, right? So yeah, like that makes more sense. That would be a better strategy. But still, that could also be a thing. There's more. Her powers, that also bothered me a little bit, but she's gonna fight in the future. Next episode was about an old man, but she's gonna fight in 1 or 2 episodes probably, right? So that's fine, I suppose. But her body, what we know, her powers, what we know nowadays is that she can like transmute stuff. So she could like, I can cut this rock by like transmuting its properties and make it like sand or something. So I feel like she has a kind of reality, like control reality warping. I punch you and I transmute your body into this thing. Yeah, like some really weird power like that. Which should make her be able to kill the animal really want to take her. Right? So that seems extremely powerful. If you touch you would die. Right? You should change your properties. So that sounds extremely strong actually. Now they're gonna fight of course rabbit and snake dead body plus at least birds from chicken. So lastly I want to mention one thing that was I found a little funny in the flashback. I think when I was watching it's like 500 wars. You know how many wars that is? Like seriously, should we Google that? I'm gonna Google it. I know it's a review it on live, but I'm gonna Google that and say like how many wars are right now? Yeah, like how many wars could it be right now in the world? Let's count. Okay, so here we have something like major. Past year 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. This is like the last 10 years though. Yeah, I don't know, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 17. Yeah, so I don't know. Like they say, like this, based on like how many people are in conflict and so on, it's something like 20 or something. 17 is listed, but they just like this is his last. No, it has 3 last years. Yeah. So that was like, man, she's good at this because like 200, so like 300 wars right and 200 ceasefires are like civil wars or the order reverse. It's like 300 civil wars. It's like 10 civil wars currently right now. At max, yeah, and then some other wars, between countries. If you stop those wars, and power actually would do something, and they would keep that being peaceful there. And like this is like the last 3 years had like 17 civil wars on the Wikipedia. So that would mean that obviously, it's less than like 5 or so, 6 wars, 5.5 per year, right? And not really per year because it's more like man of these wars has been going on for like 10 years, right? So if she would stop 200 civil wars, I don't think there's been 200 civil wars this last century. Almost. It's like, it depends on how you look at it, right? Like how you measure, calculate, and so on. But like each combat, of course, we're talking war, we're talking like the major players here, not like a conflict there for like 3 weeks or like a war there or battles. We're talking like the actual like country versus country conflict here. Civil wars, so there are extremely few actually. In that sense, yeah, she would pretty much cover up. So I don't know would have said that on purpose. I almost feel like when I look at it, said on purpose. I think you just like overpower her powers, right? Like she's so good at it, but it made really no sense. And then we see next day they start fighting again. So it's like she's going to war and make peace. Then that peace doesn't last for 1 day, and then a new war. So actually just like doing a circle around where she works, and it's like just doing a loop there, and just like she's close to 10 wars and 10 new pop ups the next day or something. Because they have to say though, the way she did it, and that maybe what made it episode so much. The way she did it wasn't very intelligent. It was like, I'm just gonna force you to have this peace here. I'm gonna send people over here, and they're gonna live in peace there, and we're gonna have this thing, and then both going to kill them, right? Because there was a crazy plan. So maybe her super negotiation abilities aren't used very to set up good pieces. It's like these forces and force pieces that no one really believes in, right? So very few people. That could be a thing, yeah. So I'm thinking like, is that actually either they just want to hype her up there, or they actually meant that she's actually bad at peacekeeping. She used end wars but creates a new one each time. So that's why she can do like 500 peace treaties, because she like keeps doing new wars. She creates new wars all the time. That being said, though, I guess she's living in the Zodiac world, so there are other people with like superpowers, like Boar and so on, that can create what I suppose. So a little weird. Anyway, I mean the episode's pretty good, but I would say it was the slowest episode, and her backstory was like, Oh yeah, last point. It was kind of cute having a husband though, but I liked that dad was there, but it felt very hollow, very shallow, because he didn't even get a name. That she didn't mention her husband's name or anything. It was just like, yeah, we have peace here, we can food. Yeah, that whole scene was could have been so much more detailed. She could have like talking about some more stuff with him. He could be like, maybe you should go to stop doing your conflict so we can have a baby together, or something like that, some kind of conflict there. It was more like, please don't go and die, and he's like, oh, I won't die. Like, yeah, like, it was very, very like shallow, the most obvious comment you would expect. So I think that generally her flashback story probably was that you pretty much get exactly what you expected, right? So it was like, yeah, it was okay. Anyway, so yeah, let's think and have a great day.